Okay, good afternoon and welcome to the fourth session of Kundalini Yoga with the Eccles Arts Center. This week we're going to be concentrating on the fourth chakra, the Anahata chakra, and building up that ability to exude and express love and that energy that comes with our heart chakra. But before we get started, let's get tuned in with our tune-in chakra, with our tune-in mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. You'll recall that this gets us aligned with everybody throughout history that's ever practiced Kundalini Yoga, and specifically this particular Kriya. It's a very ancient series, and so this will get you in alignment with all those who have come before. So I'd like you to bring your hands together at the center of your chest, focus at your third eye point as we bring in a deep, deep breath. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Relax your breathing, relax your hands into your lap. It's a potent example of the thing about Kundalini Yoga that's so wonderful is it was brought to us as householders, as people who live in a real world. And sometimes in your practice, you're going to have noise happen. You're going to have things around you, but the beauty of having centered yourself into your Kundalini Yoga practice is it doesn't have to break your focus and your concentration. The real world continues to happen just like it did, but we're able to move on with these ancient Kriyas and experience the benefits. So like I said, today we're starting out with that fourth chakra, the heart chakra. This is where that spiritual transformation really takes place. The first three chakras that we covered really deal primarily with physiology type things, our strength, our safety, all of those physiological aspects of those first three chakras. This is where we begin to change over to the upper chakras, where we really experience the spiritual side of life and that transformative side. We're going to be working with an energy that is associated with the color green. The heart chakra energy is green in color, so I'll ask you to focus on green when I'm having you project energy or bringing energy from hand to hand in one of our asanas. Project green energy for me, and that will really tune in and balance that fourth chakra. It is also associated with air. This chakra is associated with fresh air, so if you can, try to practice it in a place where you've got really nice fresh air. Open up the windows to the room you're in, or even do it outside, because the heart chakra is most powerfully stimulated when you've got really fresh air. So that green, fresh environment will really help with this Kriya. Okay, our first asana today starts out in rock pose. Now, for some of us, myself included, rock pose can be a real issue. If you've ever had a knee injury, I want you to be very careful with rock pose. It's done up on your knees and sitting down onto your heels. But if you've ever had a knee injury, that may not be possible for you. So what I recommend is either for this asana, you can either stay in easy pose where we were, or you can do like I do, and you get a block to sit on, and then you're able to relax and not worry about further injuring a joint that may give you problems. Bring your hands to your thighs, and this is simply Inhaling forward, arching your spine with Sat. Coming back with the inhale, Nam. Sat, Nam. Sat, Nam. Now you don't have to say that out loud. That's done mentally as you inhale forward and exhale back. And I would like you to keep doing that for 2 minutes. Now when you get to the end of that 2 minutes, what I'd like you to do is inhale really deeply, as much as you can hold it, and squeeze what we call the mul band, the root lock. You squeeze your sex muscles, your anal sphincter, all of your pelvic floor muscles as tight as you can squeeze them, and you hold it for 10 seconds while you hold your breath. Then release those muscles, exhale all the air out, and then re-clench all of those root lock muscles, all of your pelvic floor. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 10 seconds, and then relax. Do that 2 more times, so 3 times total of inhale, lock, exhale, lock, okay? I'll be here when you get back. It was 2 minutes initially of the Sat, Nam, and then 3 times repeating of the root lock squeeze with your held breath. I'll be here when you get back. Well, welcome back, guys. This next asana is done in the seated position with your legs stretched out. I'm going to turn here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. But what we're going to be trying to do, better get my keys out of my pocket, I'm sorry. What we're trying to do is really energize that base of our Kundalini energy. And one of the really great ways to do this is through setting up a vibration that happens with this asana. We sit with our legs straight out. We bring our hands right down beside our hips. If your arms are long enough, this will work. If not, you may need to be in fists like this if you don't have real long arms. But what we're going to do is just pick up and drop, pick up and drop, pick up and drop, pick up and drop. Try to pick up your legs and your body. That's really hard to do, but do your best. If you have to, like I say, your fists and drop, fist and drop. Give that 2 minutes for me. Do your best with that, and then I'll be here when you get back. Okay, welcome back, guys. This next one, we're going to be projecting some of that green energy that you just stimulated with those body drops. And that vibration you set up started that energy up. So now we're going to work on moving that energy even further up and projecting some of that green power. So I want you to come down into crow squat as deeply as you can with your hands out in front of you, and then just look straight into infinity, and then begin breath of fire. You're going to do that for another 2 minutes. Now, when you get to the point that you have finished that breath of fire segment, I want you to hold your breath in as long as you can while you project that green energy from the heart chakra right out through your hands and into infinity. Give it your best, and I'll be here when you get back. Welcome back, guys. I hope that one went well for you. That squat can be a little bit hard. Sometimes you'll have to take a break during it, but do your best with it. Now this next one, we're really going to move that energy and get it going up through the body. And it's going to be done with a running step with basically this movement. I want you to bring your knees as high as you can with your fists coming out alternate. Just like that. Looks a little crazy, but it's really going to move that energy. Give it your best for 3 minutes, guys. If you have to take a break during it, do so, but then come right back to the asana and finish up. I'll see you here in a bit. Well, welcome back. That one was kind of tough, huh? That one is really some good cardio and really gets that energy going. Now this next one, I want you to breathe a little bit And get ready, because this next one's all about focusing your balance, okay? It's going to be, it's called Kundalini Lotus. You're gonna grab your big toes with 2 fingers, and you're gonna lean back and begin that balance till you can get your feet out, ideally out pretty straight, and then just focus on that spot. Then I want you to begin breath of fire. Do that for 2 minutes. When you get to the end of that period, I want you to just take a deep breath in, hold it as long as you can, drawing that green energy up your spine, okay? Do everything you can to pull that energy up and picture it as that green energy flowing up your spine. Give it a shot, do the best you can, and I'll be here when you get back. Well, welcome back, guys. I'm sure some of you had a little bit of time on your back, rolling around, trying to find that balance, but that's a wonderful, wonderful exercise for centering yourself and balancing your energy. So I hope you gave it your best. And now we will move on to the next asana. This one is really gonna pull up that energy, but this one again is one of those that if you've had a knee injury, you're either gonna need props or you can stay in easy pose. And if you stay in easy pose, I'm gonna want you to at least bring your right foot up onto your left thigh, that much. But if you can, ideally, if you don't have any injuries, you bring the left foot underneath and you sit right on your perineum with your left heel. And then you'll bring that right foot over. I can't do that. My knee, excuse me, my knee will not bend that far. So what I do instead, so that I can get the same acupressure that my heel would give me, I use a couple of blocks positioned so that when I sit down, I get that same pressure on the perineum that my heel would have given me, and then I come to this position. Now, if that works for you, go ahead and give it a try. If you need to sit in in easy pose, go ahead and do that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is bring our hands cupped just below the navel point, and we're going to use the mantra Om Sohung, Om Sohung, Om Sohung. And we're just going to keep mentally projecting that for 3 minutes. What that mantra means is that the creative, infinite creative force of the universe, and I am that, is the Sohung part. So you're saying the universe has infinite creativity, and I am part of that, is basically what that mantra is saying. So I want you to focus on that, like I said, for 3 minutes. Do the best you can with the position. You may have to adjust it a little bit because it can be a little bit of tension on the joints. Do the best you can, and I'll be here when you get back. Okay, welcome back. We're ready for the next asana. This one is really a cool one. Very easy physically, but I want you to really do your best to see the energy you're about to experience. You're going to be just sitting here in easy pose with the hands out to the side, palms up, and the energy is going to be flowing out of your right hand, this green arc of energy flowing out of your right hand and catching it with your left and circling through you. So I want you to really be concentrating on that as you build that energy with breath of fire. And just working the breath of fire while you're feeling and visualizing that green energy going overhead. I'm going to want you to do I think the squirrel up there is agreeing with us. I want you to do this for a full 2 minutes of moving that energy from the right hand to the left hand, that green river of energy. And then at the same time that you're doing breath of fire, remember that, then I want you to take in a deep, full breath and hold it as long as you can while you just feel the energy flowing from your right hand to your left. Give it your best try. I'll see you when you get back. Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you were able to experience the feeling of that palpable energy that's going across hand to hand. The more you do this Kriya, the more palpable it becomes. You become more sensitized to being able to feel those subtle energies. So hang in there with it. This next asana is a pretty easy one in most ways, but it's a little bit counterintuitive. We're going to have our fingers locked together in Venus lock behind the head. Don't pull too hard on the head. I don't want you to injure your neck, so keep your arms held back. Then we're just going to simply bend forward and back up to vertical. As you do that, you're going to be saying Sat Nam as you come back up. Now, here's the tricky part. You're going to be inhaling as you go forward. Normally, you'd think exhale. No, we're going to inhale as we bend forward, mentally vibrating Sat. So, and then exhale as we come up, vibrating Nam. You're going to do that for me for 2 minutes. Give it a try. Remember, it's inhale as you're bending down, exhale as you're coming up. Give it a shot. Well, welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed that one, and I hope that you're starting to be able to really feel that energy rising up. Now, this one I like because I like to picture it as being like a pump on a old-fashioned water pump. If any of you ever got to use one of those old pumps with the big handle and pretty soon the water comes pouring out, to me this is a lot like that. And I'd like you to visualize that as you're pumping this energy. And as a matter of fact, when we get to the end, you're even going to have that energy pour out just like the water gushes. So the way it works is your arms are straight out in front of you. Inhale as you bring your right arm up. Exhale as you bring it down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale as you bring it down. And then really work that for me. I need that for 2 minutes, that you're pumping that energy just like the old-fashioned pump. And then when you get to the end, I want you to bring them both, after the 2 minutes of pumping, bring both arms back to this point. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and let that water pour out of the old-fashioned pump, right out of the third eye point. That energy flow just pouring out after you've pumped it up there. See if you can visualize that. I'll be here when you get back. Well, welcome back, guys. I hope you got to experience that. I always love that feeling. If you can feel that energy just coming up the pipe and then just gushing forth out of you. It's a wonderful experience. This next one is a little bit more meditative. We're going to be using 3 different hand positions, but in pretty much the same location. We're going to start out with our fingers in Venus lock, about 4 inches above the top of your head, 4 inches above the crown chakra. And we're going to have our fingers locked there, and for 2 minutes, I want you to do breath of fire. Just good, strong breath of fire for 2 minutes. And then when you get to the end of that 2 minutes, I want you to straighten out that index finger, like what we do for Sat Kriya. Straighten out the index finger straight up, holding it at the same position, and just long, deep breathing for 2 minutes. After you get to the end of that 2 minutes, bring all your fingers together at the tips like a tent and your thumb in that same position, and then go back into breath of fire for me. So it's 2 minutes with the finger lock, 2 minutes with the index finger extended, long, deep breathing, and then 2 minutes with all the fingers touching, back at breath of fire again. When you get to the end of the third one, where your hands are like this and you've done your breath of fire, when you get to that end of 2 minutes, I just want you to project your vision and project energy right up through your hands. Don't turn your head and look, just project that energy through the top chakra, through your 7th chakra, through your hands and into the universe as you hold that breath. Give it a try. I'll be here when you get back. Okay, welcome back. We're to the last asana in this set, and this one is a really nice, sweet couple of minutes where we just sit with our hands forward, visualizing that beautiful green energy, and just feel the energy coming from the heart as you sit there, and you're going to use the following mantra. You don't have to say it out loud, but I want you to at least pulse. If you don't say it out loud, I like to use whisper. And what it is Hari, 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 Ha. Hari, 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 Ha. Hari, 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 Ha. Hari, 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 Ha. Focusing at that third eye point, allowing that energy to flow up and flow out of you, flowing out of your palms, out of your third eye point, visualizing that green energy. We're going to do this for a full 11 minutes, guys. When you get to the end of that 11 minutes, I just want you to bring your hands down into Gyan Mudra and just relax. Relax your breathing, relax your body. I don't want you to, in this one, it doesn't call for us to lay down. This Kriya doesn't call for us to do corpse pose. It just calls for us to go into Gyan Mudra and just relax, focusing on the green energy around you, focusing on how much you love all around you and how much all around you love you. And be able to really feel this energy coming out of your heart. Give it your best for 11 minutes. And I'll see you back for the meditation at the end. Well, welcome back, guys. I hope that you got a lot out of that Kriya. I hope that it was able to help you feel balance. You know, when that particular chakra is out of balance, it can bring a lot of problems to our lives, both physically and mentally. So practicing that Kriya on a regular basis can really help you, especially in times when society seems to be really broken. And being able to live through a strong 4th chakra will really help you a lot in energizing those around you, energizing the love within you for those around you and from those around you. So I hope you practice that a lot. Let's bring our hands together for our closing. This is an old Welsh folk song. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Deep breath in. Oh, may the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. Deep breath in. Thank you, guys. See you next week.